Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Ricky, and this is Thomason, and this is an unstructured podcast where we talk about everything tech, design, products, and everything in between, right? Including work culture as well, which we'll probably get into. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So welcome. It may feel unstructured, but I promise you it was intentional. So yeah, let's get straight into it.
Spontaneous is really sweet.
Yeah, it's spontaneous. Right, cool. So Thomason, what do you have today?
Okay. Let's do some icebreakers, right?
Okay.
So I was wondering if you weren't. Let me ask you, if you weren't a UX designer, a UI UX designer,
Mhm.
or a product designer, what else would you be?
Yeah, I've been a developer. Yeah, because I was actually writing code before I
No,
switched to product
I don't
design.
want. I don't want things related to tech. I don't want things related to tech. What would you be?
Okay, so if I wasn't in tech,
Yeah.
hmm, what type would be? Ha, according to my degree, I'll have been a teacher.
No, say it well. Say it well. What kind of a teacher would you be?
According to my degree, I'll have been a sports teacher.
All right, let me help Rookie. Rookie would have been a coach. you know those guys you call coach, coach. That's Rookie.
Bro, I was sharp fit. No, I have been something like a sports scientist or
Which sports scientist? Do we have sports science in Nigeria?
eh.
Without sports science, do we?
Well, according to my degree,
So you'd have to leave Nigeria to practice, or you would settle for being a coach and you gather young boys. Which one would you do? Under 17 or?
oh, bruh,
But which sport would you choose?
yeah, it'll probably be something along the lines of badminton or like those kinds of sports are like interesting. Personally, I feel football is a boring sport.
I agree.
It is just because you have built a culture around
Around
it
it.
as a culture, but objectively,
Mm.
right? If you're not a fan of the teams,
Yeah.
you will not enjoy football, right?
I agree.
Unlike things like boxing, right now I can just watch two random people fighting. I can watch random basketball game. I can watch random tennis games, right? But football, unless I'm invested in the teams that are playing, I don't really care about football.
Mm.
So yeah, first
I agree. Personally, I think like swimming is really very, very
interesting
much
sport as
interesting
well.
sport. I like that it's short. I don't spend time waiting for like 19 hours to figure out who's gonna win. Like they just and come back and we know who's winning. Like yeah.
Fast and so if you are not in tech, what would you be doing?
Mm. So this one is really tricky because I would probably be practicing industrial engineering. That's being a production engineer, doing weldering,
Okay,
using the latest machine because that's what I studied.
aside your degree, what would you have been? Tailor.
An electrician. you know, I, you know, Maro. We connected because I had this thing for electricals, right? Yeah, so that's what I would have chosen.
Oh, so you wanted to become an
Not like I
electrician.
wanted to become. I previously I have experience with it. Do you see? And then even when whilst I was in school hostel and all of that, I'm the go-to electrician
Oh, yeah, the
to
one that is.
come and fix the hostel lights like in school and all of that. I had gloves now. I had test. I had all my things correct. I know my way around
You're
the
a quack. You're a
yeah.
quack electrician.
Leave it. I know my way around the what do we call that box? The junction box where we have the switch and all of that, the fuses and all of that, the 100 amps, 30 amps, which one should carry 15 amps, and when we are switching them, because again, Nigerian problem, our school did not have like the maintenance culture for us in the hostel, in certain parts of the hostel. You get what I mean?
Mm.
It's not as great, especially uh, like I mentioned, this, you know, the hostel now, you know, the hostel. I don't want to mention, but you know the hostel. There are certain hostels that have support and everything that they need, but this hostel did not have as
Which
much.
one? The one you stayed in
And the
your
one I stayed in,
400?
even the one in 100, you know, that one in 100,
Uh,
and the one in 400 and 200 and 300, yeah, those two hostels did not have as much support. But because I have a thing for electricals, I can always find my way around the whole. I don't want to mention certain things because, well, yeah, I think that's probably what I would be if there is no tech and if I didn't study industrial engineering. But the funny thing is, um, when I did my IT, I knew I didn't want to practice in that, which is why what led me to using my like programming skills. Because you know, I was a programmer since like university days. Maro can tell you, you know,
your your HTML that you're doing
I was
what?
in Codev, we're writing Java. We built an ATM machine. Yes, now we built an ATM machine. We built even like toy cars that can avoid obstacles and all of that. We did all of that. You know, we're in preparation for Eco Marathon.
Mm,
We're in preparation to join Eco Marathon, which never happened because someone was moved out. The prof in charge was moved out. So the whole thing kind of stopped in our school, so we couldn't continue. But yeah,
yes.
yes. So I had a brighter future.
Are you there? Do you know what Poyes Mbappe? Please, let's not.
Which project about No, you mentioned you were not going to do football now, and you will not even play football. Will you play?
Eh,
Would you have played football?
first.
You would just have been like a coach. Anyways, I think that's about it for the icebreakers.
All right, cool,
We
cool,
can
cool,
we
cool.
can get straight to it. So I want to pitch something to you, an interesting idea, right? You'll rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 as we do, right? And it's around.
But that blew my mind, you.
Relax,
Blew my mind.
relax. It's around. This still solves for transparency, right? But it's with our government and contractors.
Oh, I was thinking about that. Okay, go on.
No, now that you're thinking about it, if it does not, you should sound like it impresses you.
Eh?
You should still sound like it
No,
impresses you.
no. So it means that I have given it a fair bit of thought, right? So your answer has to be it has to be
Now relax,
it has to be elite.
relax. You know the thing
That
they
one
say.
give me
Relax. You know the thing they say that.
mediocre
No,
pitch. Yeah.
relax.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
You know the
listening.
thing they say that no idea is new under the sun. It's about who puts it out there. Now I'm putting it out there. So it
Okay.
means I'm the first to think about it. It doesn't matter if you thought about it before. I've also seen several of my ideas being implemented out there. Just because I'm not able to implement.
Yeah. So I don't care who put it out, but the idea has to be good.
Okay, relax. What if now I'm taking cue from where you left off around government officials? You know that thing you Adera or something. Where we have transparency with our governments and their projects at the
Town hall.
town hall. So what if for each government there's a structured system now where they fill in the projects they want to execute for their tenure?
Explain.
So a new local government is coming in. They promise this and promise that. All of those promises are not just words, but are actually imputed on a system that is centralized and everyone can see. So we are able to rate a government after their tenure like 60%, 80% based off of how much of that list they're able to check.
Okay.
Awesome, blowing your mind, right? I know. So now that's for transparency on the government side. Like, so they're able to execute those projects in public. No one is, because right now we are in, I don't know what the government of which state is doing. I do not know. Say for example, this states that we are in, I do not know what projects they're trying to execute. We only know that at certain time of the year, one road would just see, like those trucks and everything, and then they start to fix the road, or maybe they are breaking something apart. So it takes away the part where we have to prepare for changes from us. we're not able to prepare effectively. But if, for instance, I know that the government has a plan for the road I'm still, or maybe the road that leads to my work at a certain time of the year, I can prepare beforehand. Do you know, like to avoid that road at those times? It does gives us a level of preparation. Apart from the fact that they are being transparent towards us, nothing is not vague. It's not a mystery we have to solve for. What is this government trying to do with the money they're making and all of that? But it gives us that level of transparency. It helps us prepare for the changes that are coming. Do you get? And we are up to par with it, right? Um, this includes scheduled maintenance on roads, electricity, whatever thing that the government does. Now, for the contractors, we have issues with how our contractors in Nigeria are spending our money. What if on that same platform, when now I'm not saying that we have to disclose the identity of every contractor. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if it's possible, we can on each project, the steps we can see it now. Certain things are being procured. That's why this project is stalling. Because you can see, like, for instance, that road I came from today, for about a year, we could not use the road, the other side of the lane, and everyone had to share this. And we did not know what was really happening. Like, we did not know what was really happening. It was just trucks were just parked, and the thing was just abandoned, rain, sun, everything on that road. And later on, they came back and tried to complete it. So what if, say, procurement is stalling? We'll see procurement is being done at certain times. Then they start this. We see the progress over there. We see the next progress. It takes away the part where the contractors are. How do I put it? What's the right English? Where whatever they are doing to execute the government contract is vague to everyone, and they are not. We cannot properly audit them. Do you see? So they can fake anything as what was used during the whole um, contracting. For instance, there was an issue in Nigeria recently with NNPC, and for years, do you get? And now they're auditing them. The numbers are not. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, like, what if we help ourselves to be more transparent? And then I don't think that anyone individually move forward without a plan. For instance, you know what you want to execute this year already. Do you get? And you already planned them, most of them. Same with me, with some of which we're already doing. Like, you get. Uh-huh. So, what makes us think that the government can excel without a plan? So, if everyone needs to plan, the government should also plan. Now, the planning, does it have to be secret? Like, so again, this idea may not be implemented or not, but based off of if the government plan has to be secret or public, because I believe there are certain things that can be public. Do you get? The government had plans for a coastal road. Why can't the public know? Why can't the people who are going to be affected, they could have seen it beforehand? Do you get? If the government's plans are properly documented, you get? And you as a contractor, it helps you prepare to bid for certain contracts and position yourself to.
Okay. So you dropped three um ideas, right? So the last one being um around visibility of the government plan.
Yes, I think is one idea, the visibility of the government's plan that includes the contractors.
Yeah, but that's like a very steep angle, like a very steep shift. I'll come to that, but on this last point, right?
No, so can you rate it first on a scale of 1 to 10?
So
Hmm.
starting rating again. So I sort of see them as three individual ideas, right? Like
Okay.
so in my head, it is not one idea, right? It's like
Okay.
three individual ideas, right? So I'll rate all, all three. So for the first one, I would give it a five, right?
What's the first one?
or the last one you just spoke about, as regards,
Contractors being transparent.
the visibility of the government plans. Why can't the people know what the government is planning? I would give it a 5 because right now the government plan is visible.
Mm.
The coastal road was not a
Mm.
new development,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the residents were told years and years ahead,
Mm.
right? So I think those that were affected
Mm.
or those that need to know
Mm.
did,
Mm.
right? Just that they did not make sufficient plans. For example, the landmark guys,
Mm.
I think they were trying to,
Mm.
strike some deal or
Okay.
something. So I think that one is
Mm.
already put in place.
Mm.
Now on the
So
okay.
about the government plan being visible, you mean that there's a platform right now where we can go to see what the government has planned to execute for this tenure in Lagos State?
Yeah. So, so when you say plan to execute, do you mean in terms of infrastructure, or do you mean everything from healthcare?
I mean like everything.
So I think it's yes. I think they have some sort of document. Again, I'm not sure. For example, now if you are speaking about infrastructure and road, I know they have a master plan for what each area would look like.
That is open to the public.
Yes,
And then we know when the government is starting these road projects.
that part is not uh, visible, and I know that part is intentional.
Mm.
I think that part is more administrative
Mm.
than techie. So I think again, I'm not sure,
Mm.
right? Like I'm not speaking for the government,
Mm.
right? But my only thing is like the people that needed to have this information,
Yeah. Got
uh,
the information ahead.
yes, right, which is which is the one I'm like again I can't speak with absolute certainty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but as regards your second one,
Mm.
I like that one a lot, right?
The contracting.
Yes,
Mm.
yeah. As regards the government or as regards being able to see the contractors
Mm.
and see what step they are in.
Mm. In
Or
executing the project.
yes, in executing the project, right? But I do have so right now I would raise that one is 7
Mm.
right now. But I do have a couple of
Mm.
questions. First, how do we prevent falsification of steps?
So it's a contract, right? And then we see what they are doing in real time. Now, for each of the steps, the evidences. For instance, um, break the ground. When the ground is broken, we can all see that the ground is broken. Let me take for instance. I don't want to use road because road feels like very easy thing to track. I want to use something more vague, maybe in healthcare, uh, maybe vaccinate. Is it polio vaccination they do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a certain number of kids, and then they contract it. I don't know if they contract those things to be honest. I don't know, or if they are executed by the government.
I don't know as well.
So which one do they contract? Or should we just use road?
Let's just use word
So
to
breaking the
keep it
ground,
simple.
we can all see it that it has been done. Do you get procure certain materials, large number of materials or small number of materials? There's a receipt to show when it's done. But then I'm not saying that they put the receipt out there, right, for everybody to see. Do you get? But every time when we need to see what has been done, there are evidences to show for it. Do you get? Because they're actually doing the job. So now it means that the government or the people enforcing that the project is executed, right, can also attest to it. And then not just that they can attest to it, but they can question every step.
So the people that are yes, so I saying the people that would confirm or attest to it are the people in the government, not for the general public.
No, so again, we're not the ones who enforce. The general public is we're not the ones who enforce
Not
the
not enforceable, observe or
yeah.
report.
So if the contractor says, I have completed this road in the maybe on the platform, and then in real life, it's just mud that we have on the road, we can raise an alarm. You get because you can verify what they say they've done as against what we see. If a contractor says, I have um, installed certain number of solar lights, right, along my two to Akbar. And yes, why does that road have no lights at night?
Which one?
From like mile two, is it mile two to Akbar? It felt like I was coming from that road one day, like in the night. I felt like this is not Lagos. You see, as soon as I passed mile two and then towards which road was that? Towards Oshodi, I felt like, okay, yeah, this is Lagos. Like because there's now lights from here, like forward. But that back was just all dark.
Yes, I think again, right, it shouldn't be so,
Mm,
right? But I think those places are like still actively being worked on,
developed. Okay, fair enough. But
right?
yes,
But it is still not an excuse.
fair enough. If a contractor says I've installed 100 solar lights along this road and you apply that road and you cannot find any solar lights or the solar lights don't work, do you get? And
Yeah.
then the warranty says 2 years, and then in 6 months or they were even installed and then in 6 months all the lights are bad, you can question the quality of what has been done. Do you get?
Mm. Okay, so it's really less about the contractors updating where they are. I mean, there is that part,
Mm,
but the ultimate goal is to be able to oversee what they do or make what they do a lot more transparent to the general public, such that everybody is able to have an opinion. All right, all right, fair.
because the question is, are they working for us? Is the government working for us? Are government contractors working for us?
First,
People pay taxes on, like, do you get taxpayers' money? I don't know if that's how they say it, but people pay taxes. And these people deserve the right to know what their money is used for.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Anyway,
So there's yes, so that's valid, right? And we can report on certain actions or if stuff is done well, if they're doing if they're doing a good job,
yeah.
right? And it could ultimately, okay, you know what, instead of focusing on the contractor,
Hmm.
and how about we focus on the government in charge of or the agency in
In
charge
charge.
of that, right? Because we did not hire the contractor,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
We have, or the agency in
Yeah.
charge is responsible,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So what if we, it's sort of like the platform I
The town
designed,
hall
yeah,
stuff. Hmm.
like the town hall.
Yeah.
So
So this would help. This would help the officials. Do you guess? For us to say next time when this guy is coming out for an office, we know now we know what this guy did when he was in this position. These are the records. I don't know if you get.
yes,
And then we know that whatever this guy says that he is going to do, we can trust that he is going to do it. At least he had a 70% success rate whilst he was in this position, based off of this record.
yeah. So it's making it a lot more transparent
Mm,
what they are doing, right? It may not even be new projects. It may be minor things. For example, right? The if at the start of is if at the start of an agency's tenure
mm,
or the official's tenure,
mm,
there was like five potholes in a road
mm,
reported,
mm,
right? And by the end, there's like 50 reported. It
mm.
means things went bad
Yeah.
during this time, right? So, how is he able to respond to those issues, right? Um, I like the idea of the contractor,
Yeah.
right? But I think it should be yes. So while it's again, I'm confused, right? Or I'm torn. Should that be between the government and the contractor, or should that relationship be open to everybody?
So again, which was why I added the clause at the beginning. If the people deserved to know, right, then I think that such thing should be in place, such that, like you mentioned, between the people and the agency, right? Like I mentioned in the beginning, that if disclosing the contractors puts like some security, because if I'm the contractor, I would not like that. My Although I don't mind because I'm honest, I do. But I think it gives him some.
Honest.
I don't like people into trying to calculate how much I'm making or how much I'm not making kind of situation. Do you get? So
Mm.
maybe we can protect them on that front,
Oh,
right?
my idea that I said that I was thinking about
Mm.
was the actual opposite. But go on.
Actual opposite of what?
Like
Like,
we like we know the 5 naira that they are making. But go on. I would speak about
maybe
it.
if we want to protect them, that's why I'm adding the maybe clause. But I think that these are people's money, and then we should be transparent about it.
Yeah. Uh,
Mm.
yes. So again, so give it its.
And then if we keep that system between the contractors and the government, things might go wrong, because now where's the accountability? The reason why the essence of this platform is so that, because trust me, the government are checking with these guys before now without this platform,
Yes.
and then things are still not getting done. um,
So how do you enforce it?
certain money are still not released. Again, like we mentioned in all of our previous episodes, some of these ideas cannot work without enforcement, like without the government enforcing them. So it remains just an idea until we as a people are willing to move forward from where we are by implementing some of these ideas that we
Okay, so what's yeah, thinking about it now. So what advantage now with this platform have that the old one of manual
have. Yeah, it forces every party involved to be accountable
to
to us, because
by exposing the entire platform, by
by
exposing all the data?
yes. So if I'm the contractor, I would not like that when people Google my business and they see that when you did this thing for the government,
Doesn't
you didn't. So it puts me in bad light for my business. You get? So I would want to, and if anything is going wrong, for instance, the money that was approved was not released, then the contractor is forced to speak up. Do you get? Because
his reputation is at
his
stake.
reputation is at stake. So not such that it's not checked, and then the contractor can um, oblige the government official releasing the money to say, okay, let's split it. We use this money for the, you understand me, right? But if it's a public information, his reputation is at stake. The agency involved, their reputation is at stake. And now it also means that we see, hey, I don't know if it matches your idea, but if we go too far, we go too deep, it means that we see how much was approved. Now, if we see how much was approved and that was not the money that the contractor received, he's also forced to speak up to say, I did not receive this money.
That is that is that is even the one like what I was thinking about
Mm,
as a solution to this contractor vendor thing. So
mm,
so mine was really around the vendor and
yeah,
around the budgeting,
mm,
how are funds being disbursed
mm,
for this contract.
mm,
I was speaking to a friend of mine recently,
mm,
and he's a civil engineer,
mm,
right? So it means he's had to he's done contract for the government,
mm,
right? And he was speaking to me the other day where his boss, right, got a gig,
yeah,
right, got a contract,
yeah,
and for some reason,
mm,
right, the local government chairman was asking for 20 million naira inside the contract that he gave to the person,
Right.
right? He did not know how that 20 million naira was going to come out. You just say, okay, I have 20 million naira inside the contract I just gave to you.
Mm.
How does that make sense? So I was thinking, what if we have a platform, right? Again, a tech platform that
Mm.
hopefully hinges on blockchain, because somehow I feel blockchain is the only way that can make all of this
So now
actions
we did not
immutable.
discuss the technologies in
No,
the so we discussed the ideas. But yeah, you can go on with the blockchain thing.
yeah, again, the blockchain just like
Mm.
the underlying
Mm.
technology,
Yeah.
right? That would allow that that would be able to track all the expenses
Mm.
or how that funds
Mm.
is being dispersed, right? So first,
So the thing now is that our finances, our money in Nigeria does not move on the blockchain.
no, so
So,
no,
but the records, we can keep the records
yes, so it's not about
on the blockchain.
keeping the money,
Mm.
right? It's the record.
No, I was even thinking to amplify what you're saying. If there's a way we can keep the money on the blockchain, then we don't even have to wait for a falsified receipt because we see that this money moved from chairman this to contractor this. Do you get? So this guy cannot say he did not receive the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So that was even where I was going to, right? So
Yeah.
I was going with the yeah. So my idea was every vendor,
Yeah.
every contractor,
Mm.
right? That would be used in
Mm.
government, right? Would be registered to the platform
Yeah.
with a particular account number
Yeah.
that can be traced,
Yeah.
such that as soon as the money is leaving the government,
Mm-hmm.
it is entering this particular account,
Yeah.
right? Now we know that this money would be for this this particular
Mm-hmm.
contract that
Yeah.
you've won with the government,
Yeah.
right? So where that money goes from from that point
Mm.
down to the vendor.
Mm.
Yeah, so I don't think the contractor
Yeah.
could ideally have the vendors like approved vendors,
Yeah.
right, on the platform as well, right? Um, such that if you want to buy certain things,
Mm.
right, so okay, are you an approved government vendor? Yes, then you send to the account so that the money is traceable.
Mm. But money is still traceable right now,
Eh?
though.
It is, but not to us, right?
Mm.
And I think right now, all of the corruption that happens thrive under the
On that
obscurity.
secrecy, yeah. The fact that we do not know
Yes,
what's going on.
yes. So if we say, okay, uh, this government disbursed 100 million for this project.
Mm.
Okay, 100 million. How is this contractor going to spend this 100 million?
Yeah.
Right? He's going to buy cement. So those are cement experts. Okay, how much is cement? If the contractor say is buying cement for 10 bags for 10 million naira, which is something that happens a lot,
Yeah.
right? They falsify this data,
Mm.
right? That platform becomes transparent,
Mm.
right? So it doesn't have to. Again, we may not even link their account number, right? Because I'm not sure a lot of the contractors would want that, right? But if you are able to create a system that is transparent, where you are able to explain your rationales, right? That everybody sees it, because at this point in Nigeria we have to do micromanaging, which is essentially this solution we are discussing,
Yeah.
right? How do we micromanage these guys to ensure that everything is transparent
Yeah.
and visible for everybody to see?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. So yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, first. Although it was very similar to my down hall ideas, yeah. So from greatness.
Well, I'll let you people judge.
Yes,
I'll
yes,
let
yes.
you guys judge. So how do you rate it, like, now?
7.5.
So is all this effort is for 0.5?
7.5 because this one is heavily,
Mm,
heavily, in fact, solely dependent on the government adopting it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Solely dependent
I,
on.
I have no doubt that the people would embrace it, right?
It's
But
not about the people
but
at this
it's,
point.
yeah, exactly,
It's not about the
exactly.
people at this point, right?
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, this is good. This is good. This is
Yeah.
good.
All right. So
So moving on. Moving on. Let's talk about something else. So I want to ask, right? What's your worst experience working with a designer? Have you had any worst experience?
mm, this is hard to say. Yeah, I think I have. In the earlier parts of my career, there was, and I call this worst experience, but I had to just manage it.
Or your most difficult?
Hmm. I had to manage it. So this particular designer was, now I have a thing for people that speak anyhow, right? When you if you are if you've been 100% right before now, but because you speak anyhow, I'll you make it a point of contact for me, or you make it a thing for me to find a flaw for you,
Okay.
just to prove that you are also not really that perfect. So this particular designer speaks anyhow, not just to.
When you see speaking,
So a particular design, you've implemented it. Now, the dev that worked on it. Now on this project, I was backend. The dev that worked on it eventually left the project, because of this particular designer. I think, but I do not really know. And so I had to take up the front end eventually and left the back end for someone more senior at the time. But yeah, this particular designer speaks anyhow. And then he had implemented this design. The front end guy was trying, like, so that the big man would, but every trial, do I call it trial, was met with some kind of words. And the funny thing is that the product the person managing the project at the time never said anything. Didn't try to stop the guy. Like, you don't talk to people like that. You ask the guy that, for instance, you ask him, I see that this and this is this. And then the guy says that, can't you see the design? Like, can't you see what I've done? You should just be able to, don't ask me any questions until you have done this thing. Like, who are you? So,
he's a very senior designer.
funny enough, now I don't think he was ever a senior designer. He was just saucy. You get, so I took up the front end work, and then this guy spoke to me. I was asking a question, like, and then he spoke, like, that particular statement of "don't say anything to me until you have implemented this design." He said it to me, like, really, you're gonna be hearing from me. So I went to scrutinize the design to find flaws. Like, bruh, you know that thing that you say 32 pixel, but then somehow it became 31.98 or there's something. But I will go and put, instead of writing 32, I'll put that 31.9 just to show that this guy was at fault. But I think that was my worst experience with the designer. Do you get?
Okay.
And then the design was really not that great. It was really not that great. Like, the hamburger was just flat.
I mentioned it just because you have beef. You
Yeah,
have beef with
I
them.
like clean designs, like white, clean, and all of that. But yeah, I don't think that was clean because he intentionally made it clean. It was clean because he didn't know Jack.
So this is a good design.
Well, maybe I'm not the person to judge because I had beef with the guy. But yeah, I didn't. I was not like the design was really that great. It was not great. You know when you have done something really, then you can speak freely and no one should counter you, right? But this design was really not that great.
Okay. 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 Y- So what's your best experience with like designer? Okay, okay, we've done the worst. Let's
I,
do the
I
best.
think I think my best experience. Um, I think most of my best experience has been with you. But there was this guy called Hamza. Hamza was a Pakistani, or he's a Pakistani designer. Like Hamza is slick, man. This guy designs like Hamza is slick, like slick is slick.
Is it?
And his designs are hard to implement, like especially the animations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's my. But he's usually is how do I put this? He's patient with you to. He's willing to jump on a call to explore. He's willing to say, okay, instead of using this, let me generate a Lottie file for you. Instead of you trying to match the designs, let me generate a Lottie file for you so you can use in this place. This might be too difficult for you. So I think that's
Okay,
uh,
that's okay. That's like
mm,
fluid. Like he's willing to help.
is willing to help, and his designs are also great.
Yeah, I like how you called this guy name and I not called that other guy name.
No, I don't want to call out anyone.
All right,
Mm.
first, first,
No,
first.
I don't call out anyone.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Uh, so for me, the day that I worked with the most that I hated, you know the guy.
No. Okay.
Like, I don't think I get angry
Mm,
in work calls,
mm,
right? Or like, so for me, when I work with engineers,
mm,
right, or developers, it's as much as I design for the designers, I'm always trying to okay see how I can improve the experience of the developer,
mm.
right? Most times I like to sync up with the developer and say, okay, um, how do you
How's it
like to
going?
work,
Yeah.
right? So that I can fit your style,
Mm,
right? So that you are able to do your best work, right? If you have any issues, just let me know. And with this guy, right, at the start it was all good, right? Now I understand the need for not wanting to have meetings,
yeah.
right? I don't think anybody in this like life
I don't think
loves
so.
meeting, right?
Well,
But
maybe you.
no, so to a certain extent, I like meeting because I hate long texts, right? That one of back and forth for 20-30 minutes. I feel
Mm,
like 5 minutes get it done and
yeah. Yeah. Move on
get it
past
done.
it.
But to be on a project
Mm,
for 6 months and we did not jump on a call once to even evaluate, like you would implement things wrongly. Okay, let's jump on a call, right? To resolve this, you would say no. Let's do like you would ask for shit for UI audits. I would do it. You still not implement it. There are still a lot of issues.
I think I get.
Things that would be able to resolve a lot faster on the
Mm,
call, right? Then we're not going back and forth
mm.
for days, right? And it's not just even that; it is the attitude behind it.
Yeah. So I know that you are going to that part. So I think one of the things that makes for experiences, bad experiences with people is character related many times.
It's easy. So I try to be as like pleasant as I can
Mm,
when I work with anybody,
yeah.
right? But he was like intentionally antagonizing everybody in the team. It is the first time where I've seen a developer fight with each and every person in the team, from the QA guy to the designer to the backend guy. Like everybody was interacting with like and it wasn't small issues though. Like they were proper. Again, he will not jump into meetings with anybody, right? Because I don't know if he's feeling like one god. Jump into meeting with QA, no. With the backend guy, no. With the designer, no. And he's always feeling like he's always quick to drop insults. Like
Mm,
like he's always like brother, come. You are. The funny thing is, the QA guy, like, you are not good enough. Like, it's not like you are like the alpha and omega of the tech world. The person that was on the QA now, the person now is a senior QA guy in Microsoft, Abi Google. So it's not like all of us were small then, right? It's not like you were the most advanced. You were not. You were average at best. Average at best. Right? Like that whole, and then instead to get onto me and bro, like it was the very first time that I had to get angry on a call, and I did not like it. Like I really, really hated it. But yeah, that was
First. All right, I think that's about it for experiences, and I think today's episode has been really, really awesome, and I think I enjoyed myself. I think you did as well because my idea blew you away.
Shut up.
All right, cheers, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Je m'appelle.